Martini's up. Welcome back to another episode of The Martini, broadcasting here at REDD Studios in Addison, Texas, on this fantastic set put together by the Firebrand Media team and all these cameras they have around us. I'm here with Andrew Redd of Crashbox Media, Dallas, Texas, camera, DP, cinematographer. How you doing, Andrew?
Doing good.
Thanks for being here. It's your second episode with us.
It is.
Still the guinea pig?
Still the guinea pig.
How's it feeling?
It feels fine.
Feels fine.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I got a whiskey. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong when you have a whiskey in your hand.
Especially at the end of a long day.
Long day, 100% long week. And then I have my producer, director over here, Eric Matthews, also a talented actor and magician. So,
Don't tell everybody that.
okay, all right.
Missing thumb thing or whatever.
Hey.
You know I got one in my pocket.
Well, you saw him. He disappeared earlier
Yeah.
and then reappeared when
Just when you needed him most, he's
It's my best act.
gone.
Yes, absolutely. So we need to be talking about set and lighting options, and probably when you're considering shooting in a studio, maybe location, what are some important things to consider when you're prepping for a job?
So things I like to see in a studio is ample power would be one thing. Without trying to go too divergent off the topic, but fortunately, because of today with our LED lighting and stuff that's very commonplace, our power requirements aren't as stringent as they used to be. But it's still good to know when you're going to a studio if there is adequate power.
Where's Jay? Can we get Jay on the mic?
Jay!
He's been.
Let's fly him in, Jay.
Where is he? Drag him out of his
warm
office.
for you.
Jay Waldrop. I don't know who he's affiliated with, but he owns the studio, REDD Studios for sure. At least that's who I send my check to. It's for my rent. So Jay, Andrew was talking about the importance of sound stages and making sure that they have ample power to support your needs. Have you had any kind of experience with that kind of thing?
So basically, in a nutshell, we had a Nike / Cowboys activation here where they were doing a full-on photo creative. So they had to put together the photo montage. They had a couple little video snippets for social. They have a wide variety of assets they need for a social campaign. And the Sparky that came in instantly started throwing up some 1200s. So we had 3 1200s on the house plus the main grid and a couple of 300Ps, hanging over and doing what they had, to stage. And it was a really cool, creative looking shoot. The problem is that the moment the third 300 or the 1200 went up, things just started to turn off. And the moment that happened, I heard, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "Who's yelling in the studio?" So I come out of my office and this guy, he runs up to me. He's like, "What the fuck is going on with the power here? I can't figure out what this is, that. We got things tripping. I mean, we got to run. The clock's running, man." So he's yelling at me, trying to get me to do something, get fixed. And I'm like, "Man, where's the schematic? I'm trying to figure this out." Power load on the grid, at least for Schedule 40 in a studio or main studio or sound stage, is super important, because if you're running a production facility and you don't know your power output, and they start tripping breakers, that affects the full production, the flow, the mechanics of the production, the talent, the time of the talent, crafty, whatever you name it, just affects everything. So we ended up running a bunch of extension cables across the studio into different rooms. I mean, we had, we were asking Chris, or trying to find Chris. We needed generators. Thank God he came in clutch, because Dependable Expendables also has generators that you can take a 1200 light, put it in the field in the middle of nowhere like we did for a wedding, and have power, light, and internet capabilities with the generator. So the generator saved our ass, man. And power is freaking important in a studio.
No, that's the power thing is a great point, because there's been many times when I've been shooting at a new stage that I've never been to, and I'll call them and I'll talk to the head, whoever knows the information supposedly, and I'll be like, what kind of power do you have available to us? And sometimes they'll be like, hey, we got a Camlock service, distro box, whatever,
3-phase.
600 amp distro box, all kinds of stuff. It depends on the studio, and it's comforting when they say that because you're like, okay, I don't have to worry about power.
Right.
But when they're like, well, I don't know. I don't know. We got some outlets around here. Like, are they 15 amp? Are they 20 amp? Are they 30 amp? How many? Are they on separate breakers? I don't know. And you're like, okay.
These days, I mean, because many of the devices are operating at such a much more efficient level. They're not pulling as many amps as they used to, right? Plus, you have the coming on of e-generators, which can bank more power than ever before. They're starting to become an equilibrium where the e-generators on these digital sets are starting to become a viable solution for power. So, you know, that's what else about set and lighting options should we consider as a cinematographer, DP? Any challenges, any anecdotes?
Like, what other things do I think a studio should have?
Yeah, or anecdotes like, you know, Jay, had that anecdote about, struggling to meet a client's power.
I mean, the power is a big thing. Parking and, like, I can see over here, and it's probably not, I don't know if it's on camera, but there's a large bay door to us. I assume some kind of ramp or dock of some sort, or maybe even just to the alley behind the building. Yeah. But that's so important.
That's important. 100%.
I've been on studios, shoots where, smaller stages, and they didn't have that. And to be able to bring in, especially if you need to bring in large set pieces. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not a production designer, but I've been on enough shows where production designers having to bring in like large whatever things. You're not carrying that through a doorway.
Right.
You need to bring it in through a large, loading dock kind of thing. And so having that within proximity or connection to the studio to be able to get all that gear, even a grip truck, and you got carts full of C-stands and lights and all the things, camera gear, all the stuff, not the camera gears on the grip truck, but being able to wheel that stuff in straight off out of the street, off the truck, that's huge.
I'll jump in there and add that same production with Nike and the Cowboys. That was a big qualifier, was that loading dock. And they were like, we need to pull our truck up, and we got lots of things. They pulled out full-size lockers and gates and, facaded pieces. And they left their ladder here. I don't know if you see it. We got so if they want to come get their ladder, please come grab your ladder. But, they had all this stuff. And the moment they pulled their truck up, they started pulling all their set pieces out. Within minutes, it was just pretty much staged.
Man, and that's such close proximity from the back of the truck to the stage. That had to be as a sweet load in. I mean, it's 25 feet, and they're in the middle of the stage. Anybody else? I don't want to miss anyone who's got a. Yeah, get out of here, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay Wardrop, everybody.
Hey,
good job, brother. Good job. Well, I think that wraps up for set lighting and options. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your insight and your expertise. Everybody stay safe out there, be creative, and everybody's on the same page. Everybody's just trying to get to the martini. So let's just have a good time and do it together. All right?
All right.
That's a wrap.
Cheers. Salute.
Salute.